We have arrived in orbit. The abandoned facility with our Crimson Fleet captain is on the surface.
I guess land? Okay. All right.
I'll follow you from here on out, Captain.
Okay, we're here. Vasco is hanging out. Well, did I hear other ships? Oh, yes.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
To boldly go where no Magus has gone before.
Alien creatures are often unpredictable.
Okay. You don't bother me, and I won't bother you, sir. I don't think anybody even wait on it anymore.
The Crimson Fleet is a confederation of smaller, independent pirate crews, all flying under the same banner. They are typically unscrupulous and violent.
What else can I loot? Look at all these tools and stuff. You never know. Nothing in there. Easter eggs.
Curious, these Those are United Colonies markings, but we are in Freestar Collective space. It then stands to reason that this was once a secret UC facility.
Last days of the world. Coming is set to collide with Earth in the 25th century, and the people must come to terms with the end of the world. What that actually means. The last day of the world. Magnificent marble bridge which unites Rune de Rez of Rune de Lulth, which line statues celebrated scientists and philosophers, emphasized the momentum avenue leading to the portico of the Institute was absolutely black with people having crowd surge. Rather walked along the quadrays flowing out from every street forward towards the portico, long before invaded by a tumultuous throng. Never in my barbarous age preceding the Constitution of the United States of Europe. What? When might was greater than right, when military despotism ruled the world and foolish humans quivered in the relentless grasp of war, never before the stormy period of the Great Revolution, which feverish days which accompanied the declaration of war, which approaches the House of People's Representatives in the Place de la Concorde, presents such a spectacle. Wow, that was a long sentence. It was no longer the case of a band of fanatics rallied about a flag, marching some conquest of sword, and followed by a throng of curious, eager to see what would happen, but of the entire population. Anxious, agitated, terrified, composed of every class of society without distinction, hanging upon the decision of an oracle, waiting feverishly the results of calculation which a celebrated astronomer was to announce that very Monday at 3 o'clock in the session of the Academy of Sciences. Amid the flux of politics, society, the Institute survived, maintaining still in Europe its supremacy in science, literature, and art. The center of civilization, however, had been moved westward, and the focus progress shown on the shores of Lake Michigan in North America. Okay. That was a lot. Lore drop. Screwdriver. Gravity paradigm. Truth is, our science didn't know back then they could fill volumes. Focus, of course, was on wormholes, not only creating and maintaining stable Einstein-Rosen bridge. That was the goal, the endpoint, but no one even considered that maybe that was just the beginning. When we looked at grav drive technology today, the ease at which we fold space and travel light years in seconds, it's sometimes easy to forget the possibility that what we have achieved. Dr. Josephine Atman similar work continues for another 535 pages and has become the most highly respected text on grav drives and grav drum written ever. Okay. Safety protocol. Okay. Ooh, a hammer. Tissues. In case my Vasco makes me cry. Whoa. Burn it with fire. Clearly that was not cool. Red Rover. Machines can blink legs. I will hurt you. And no. A lot of mugs just laying around. Clearly need to be careful around that.
I have detected hostile life nearby. Violence significantly decreases one's life expectancy.
Don't mess with my shooter skills.
Lock and load.
Please perform a wellness check and address any injuries.
Whoa.
Exoskeleton damaged.
How do we open it? Oh, I got enough photo mode. No wonder I couldn't do anything. Jeez. Here we go. Raw.
The terror morphe's loose. I repeat, the terror morphe's loose. Do not engage. If you can reach.
Oh man, that was the best.
Classic United Colonies. Put something in a game until it kills you.
One more time.
No, now's not the time to sleep. There's also animal aliens and people here. No joy.
What? Gonna take you apart! How did you take this guy down? Better try again! Listen up! Someone's trying to jump our school. Hold them off here. Up on the roof. I'm on it! Hit it from the side! Tight enough! Here! Some fire over here! You are gone! We ain't done yet! I can't see!
Enemy damage received. That smarts. Captain, Protocol Indigo dictates that I am to return to the Lodge with no deviations.
Come on! I'm blind!
You're dead. I got skills level 2.
constructing a safe nearby. We could make use of whatever is inside, provided you had some digipin.
Got it. Try to get me. I've watched too much Alien.
You're dead. We're all dead. The comms relay has been trashed. The whole room is trashed. We can't call for help. I can hear the terror morph roaring somewhere. And more
It's right
people
by your head. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay, now what?
While I am programmed for combat, it is not my primary function. I have often asked Barrett that same question at various times, and about various individuals that wanted to cause us harm. The most likely answer is that Barrett personally insulted him, typically by continuing to live, usually after escaping from certain death, and often with an object multiple people wanted. Constellation is an explorers society founded over 50 years ago with the mission of seeking out the unknown. Members often engage in expeditions in small groups, typically 1 or 2 people, or like Barrett and myself, 1 person and 1 robot. The
Okay.
membership is intentionally limited and small. Should you join Constellation yourself, you will be the 10th active member. Barrett would say that billions of years ago, we were all one with the cosmos, so technically you have known each other forever. But the more practical answer is likely that he needs you. The number of known people who have been affected by the artifacts is now 2. Without your investment in Constellation's mission, he may never know more about the experience you both share. So he is showing you trust in order to gain your support.
It's a lot of trust.
I will keep your items safe, Captain.
What in the world, man? Oh, wait a minute. They want me to go up here.
The Frontier has a new captain? You working with Barrett, or did you pry the ship keys out of his cold, dead hands? Oh, no. You see, maybe your colleague Barrett didn't tell you, but there's a bit of a legend surrounding that ship. That Constellation keeps treasure hidden in the cargo bays, the loot from 100 planets, and it's going to be ours.
That statement is partially correct. The Frontier has been to many planets and moons, but the only things held in the cargo bays are spare parts, dust, desiccated food particles, and a variety of species of ant.
I don't care what kind of lies Barrett programmed that robot to say. We're taking that ship.
You could try.
You're not talking us out of this. They aren't? You sure? No, that can't be right. You mean that, don't you? You really haven't found anything on board? Nobody wants that. Can't believe this. There isn't any treasure? We've been trailing that old Constellation ship for nothing? Get out of here. Take your robot and your ship and get out of here. I see you all again, you're dead.
We should now be free to travel to Constellation's headquarters without Crimson Fleet interference. Captain, to reach the lodge, we must jump to the planet Jemison in the Alpha Centauri system, and then land in the city of New Atlantis. Do not worry, this will all become second nature before too long.
Grab jump. Okay. Ah! There we go. Chat. Got it.
Alpha Centauri.
Starship Frontier. This is United Colonies Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. No contraband detected. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Let's land. Yeah.
Touchdown.
Oh!
Let me guess. Protocol Indigo again? And he's your new captain. My crew can take a look at your ship. And you can stop by the Trade Authority kiosk if you need to offload some cargo. I'm sure you can find something you like. The Trade Authority runs a vending kiosk next to my booth. It's just off to the side, near the ramp. Besides that, Jemison Mercantile is your closest shop if you're looking for a bit of everything. That's further in, past the security checkpoint.
Okay.
Okay, sure. We'll take care of any holes, broken seals, that kind of thing. I would try the viewport. It'll be on your left, once you get into the plaza. Okay, no problem.
You cleared not enough.
Everything looks good here. I'll be at my booth if you need me.
I can assure you this unprovoked attack on a United Colonies research facility will not go unanswered. We'll get you settled into your new assignments as soon as possible.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
This is New Atlantis Transit, or the NAT. It provides free transportation throughout the city. We can take it directly to the Mast District.
Rifle already stowed.
Feels like Epcot. A lot of mostly trees.
Because in Ambassador Radcliffe's head, the Free Star Collective and the UCR
Taking a look at your farm.
We may be in a United Colonies city, but Constellation is an entirely neutral entity and always has been.
Yeah?
Here we are, the lodge. The front door should unlock if you hold up the watch that Barrett gave you. I have messaged the other members of Constellation. They will be waiting for us. Captain, everyone will be in the library, just inside. If Barrett were here, he'd probably tell you that you're part of something bigger now, and he hopes you...
We appear to have a visitor.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about. Would you care to tell us what happened to our friend? Why you're here and he isn't? I see. Bosco, verify.
All statements made have been factual.
This is just typical. Barrett hands over our ship and our robot to some random employee of that discount mining outfit he uses.
Walter.
And if we hadn't insisted on installing those emergency protocols, I guarantee you this rock breaker here would be halfway to Neon.
But that didn't happen. He's here with the artifact.
Thank you, Matteo. Now, let's focus on what's in front of us, shall we? What happened when it was extracted? Did anyone see anything? Hear anything? Interesting. Similar to Barrett's description of the experience, with less embellishment.
Are you hearing this? Do you all believe me now?
Whether it happened or not wasn't in doubt. But honestly, Country, you expect us to believe in fairy tales?
If this is the greatest mystery in the universe, why couldn't it be part of the ultimate mystery?
But gentlemen, can we please focus? Noel, I think it's time we tested your theory.
Right. Let's see. We know the artifacts react to each other. The pieces we already have move when they're in close contact. Now, if we add this new one to the two we already have...
The artifact. If you could place it on the table here.
That's it. Just like the others.
And to imagine, we thought there were only 2 of them at first.
Oh my god, that's it. They're reacting. Look at how it's coming together. That energy that's arcing between them, no manufactured material in the settled systems can do that. None of them. This proves that.
Easy, girl. Breathe. You'll have a heart attack.
She's not the only one. If they're coming together, that means there's a set.
Built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
Still 2,000 credits for our little wager, Country?
You're on, Walter.
Well, if we had all the answers, it wouldn't be exciting, now would it?
Not to take away from the moment, but what are we going to do about our new friend here?
So, are you ready to get to work? See if exploration is the life you want to lead in this little universe of ours? Individually, they're just odd hunks of metal. Another oddity from the uncharted reaches of space. As to what they are, what they're building, well, you'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
I guess I'm going to have to start reading these out. You want me in Constellation? What does that mean? What is expected?
We're all here because we're committed to exploring space.
Mm-hmm.
Humanity may have settled the stars, but that doesn't mean we should stop diving into the unknown. Beyond that, you'll be expected to use your own judgment, just like the rest of us.
Okay.
You should take some time to
All
get
right, I'm
settled
in.
Introduce yourself to everyone. Some of our members aren't here, but you'll meet them soon. Come find me when you're ready. You and I are going to be doing some traveling together. Get your feet wet.
Oh.
And here, I think you've earned something for bringing the artifact to us. In addition to credits, why don't we set you up with a backpack with some boost capability?
Haha!
You'll need it out in the field anyway. Just mind your head.
This is the way. Do I get a cool helmet? I need a cool helmet.
Ever since I got here, this is fun.
Whoa!
These people are family. I
Roll
hope
out.
it feels that way for you too. That was intense, wasn't it? The artifacts, I mean. Sorry, this must all be a little overwhelming for you right now. I guess a lot overwhelming, now that I think about it. I'm Noelle. It's really nice to meet you. And thank you for bringing the artifact to us.
No problem. So is there some place for me to stay?
Planning on sticking around then? Good. I think we can find a spot for you. And along the way, I can give you the very abbreviated tour. Right. So you've seen the library, obviously. Walter is quite proud of the collection, but Mateo has made more than a few contributions. Gardens are out the doors there, if you need a moment of quiet contemplation. Emphasis on the quiet part, at least usually. Let's head upstairs. Sebastian Banks, Constellation's founder, had this place built decades ago. It was a big to-do at the time, but most people in the city have forgotten we're here.
I wish I had an analog stick. Kitchen dining area.
So this is the bar. Usually no tender, so help yourself, within reason, of course. Now let's see about that room. You're in luck. We were almost at max occupancy already, but there's still one room up for grabs. It's been nice having the place so full.
That's crazy looking.
Okay, this'll be you. Common room on one side, so that'll be quiet, and Mateo on the other side, so...
And the blue couch.
Maybe a little less quiet. I'm sure Sarah has something planned for each of us, so I'd better get back to it. Don't want to keep her waiting too long. Enjoy!
Alrighty. So... Haha. Looks nice. A sleigh bed. We're gonna sleep.
You're awake and feeling well rested.
I mean, I just have been through, I don't know, space travel, a bunch of battles, you know, doing some hard work. Okay. See, running's fine. I need like a walk and running mode. Ugh.
I hope you are satisfied with the quarters available to you. Captain, now that you are a member of Constellation, I am at your service. No additional protocols necessary. Also, given the likelihood that you will be out in unsettled space, it might be beneficial to go over exploration outpost development, in case you ever need to build a base for field research.
Sounds good.
The exploration of an unknown planet can be a major undertaking. By building an outpost, you will be able to construct scanning equipment, resource extractors, and defenses. It is even possible to set up multiple outposts capable of manufacturing, allowing you to build advanced equipment.
Mm.
The scan
What kind of advanced
booster
stuff?
is the most obvious, as it will enable you to detect landmarks
Okay.
and other points of interest from further away. Beyond that,
Okay.
extractors will allow you to collect raw materials of various types, while fabricators enable the manufacturing. A particularly prosperous outpost may even warrant the construction of cargo links, allowing you to share resources between other outposts you have built.
Nice.
A planetary scan will reveal the presence of key inorganic resources, although rarer elements will be harder to find without training.
Okay.
And while a scan may detect the presence of life on a planet, you will have to analyze the native plants and animals yourself to know what compounds they produce.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Sounds useful. Next time we touch on it, I'll
The
do that.
blueprints you need to construct an outpost should already be on your watch. It will automatically connect to any available materials for construction in your ship's cargo.
Okay.
My
Do you miss
primary
Barrett?
function has been to support and protect Barrett during his travels. I am currently unable to do so. That is as capable as I can be of missing anyone. I believe Barrett would find your question amusing.
Protecting Barrett must have been quite a challenge.
Barrett has, thus far, survived every mission on which we have embarked. It is therefore evident that my efforts have been successful.
Yep.
I suspect that Barrett would disagree with how necessary my intervention has been in any given situation.
No, you've been great. How long have you been part of the Constellation?
I arrived along with many material goods purchased by the group's previous chair, Malcolm Livingstone. Despite several significant system replacements and upgrades, I have been online for 43 years.
I could use my crew, Vasco.
Captain, I will proceed to my assigned post.
Hey,
We've always considered ourselves explorers. This really is a journey.
Well, I suppose calling you a rock breaker may have been a bit out of line.
I've been called worse.
Still doesn't excuse it. My frustrations lie more with Barrett. Not the first time his shenanigans have jeopardized one of our ventures. Not fair of me to take it out on you, especially since it would seem he made the right call this time. So, let's start over, shall we? Walter Stroud, CEO of Stroud Eklund, member of Constellation, and oft-times grumpy old man. Welcome aboard.
Thanks, Grumpy. Glad to be here.
By the way, in addition to a place to stay, the Lodge has a wealth of modification and research equipment. Spacesuit customization, pharmaceutical manufacturing, testing alien substances, the whole thing.
Nice.
You can even fashion industrial pieces for large-scale projects, if you don't mind extracting a few raw resources from a nearby planet, that is. I'm a fan of self-reliance, so I encourage you to make use of the tools we have to build what you need.
Makes sense. What's your role in Constellation?
Me? Why, I'm the wallet.
Ah.
Someone has to fund all this, and all my success in business doesn't mean much if I can't put it to good use. I don't pretend to have the daring of Ms. Morgan, or the smarts of young Mateo, but I can make sure that they have the resources they need.
Makes sense.
And as you've now seen, those resources aren't being wasted. We're onto something big here.
Do you think the vision I had means anything?
Up until very recently, I'd likely have dismissed it as, I don't know, hallucinations. But now, I'm not sure what to think. I don't suppose you have a history of this sort of thing, do you?
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Yes, I imagined as much. Barrett expressed something similar, in his own unique way. I'm no scientist. I leave that to the likes of Barrett and young Noel there. But I think we can all agree there's something unusual going on here. Frankly, this is the most exciting thing that's happened in years.
What kind of company is Shroud Eklund?
We're most well known for ship manufacture. No expense spared. If you want the best and can afford it, you choose Stroud Eklund. Unfortunately, our success means you'll sometimes see Stroud Eklund ship modules on less than reputable vessels. They covet them. The bastards. I've tried to convince the United Colonies we can help in that regard, but they're married to Deimos Star Yards, and those old salts are stuck in the glory days.
This is where I expect to find a CEO.
Funny thing about companies, you build one sturdy enough, it doesn't need you there all the time to prop it up.
Makes sense.
Stroud Eklund functions quite well on a day-to-day basis, leaving me time to devote to more esoteric pursuits. For years, I was captivated by the writings of Constellation's founder, Sebastian Banks. I finally decided to do something more than admire from a distance, and so now I call the Lodge home, as much as anywhere else.
Makes sense.
Remember, you're representing all of us out there.
Don't worry.
This is all exciting, but there's really a lot of pressure on us, isn't there? We have to get this right. Are you doing okay? I'm not sure anyone really asked yet. Don't want you to think we're focused on the artifacts and nothing else. You matter too. You've done something really significant bringing that artifact here. I'm Mateo, theological scholar by trade, but now, well, an explorer like you. It's really good to have you with us.
What brought you to Constellation?
Well, there was some overlap in interests. I'd spent years searching for religious relics from human history.
Okay.
I had made a really incredible discovery, only to lose it to a greedy corporation.
Ooh.
So I tried to steal it back. In the process, I met Walter. Turned out he owned the corporation.
Oh.
After a long talk, we realized we had a lot in common, and I was invited to join Constellation.
Oh, wow. What do you make of the vision I saw?
I'm not gonna lie, I really wish I could have seen this for myself. It's hard to judge otherwise.
Yep.
Both you and Barrett saw something. I don't think that's a coincidence. Did it feel like it was trying to tell you something? I don't want to necessarily use the words divine revelation, but you know, if the label fits.
If it meant something I didn't understand, or I don't know. I know it's important, but I can feel it. Go with the first one.
Okay, that's all right. Maybe you weren't supposed to. Maybe it'll make sense later. We're gonna get to the bottom of this. We just need more data, which means more artifacts.
These artifacts all came out of caves?
Second one was on Kazal, buried, the same as the one you found. But the first one right under our noses for years, sitting in storage, masquerading as an oversized paperweight.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine potentially the greatest discovery in human history collecting dust? Take care of yourself.
She got anything else to say? How long have you been working on this?
Constellation's been around forever, more than 50 years now. But we only became aware of the artifacts recently.
Oh.
Barrett discovered the first one about 2 years ago, right under our noses.
Wow.
And he was the one who got this all in motion. It's a shame he isn't here to see this.
The vision you saw, what do you think?
Oh, right, that. If we're approaching this rationally, I suppose we'd call them visual and auditory hallucinations. What you perceived as lights and music could be overloaded neural input, your brain's attempt to make sense of something. An energy surge, some other phenomenon.
Barrett saw something too?
He did. At the time, well, it's Barrett. We weren't sure if he was kidding around. Clearly, he wasn't.
Whatever I saw and heard, it wasn't come from me.
Unfortunately, that's what a lot of people report in these situations. I'm not saying you didn't really see anything, just that it's really hard to determine after the fact. That's okay. Now that this has happened to both you and Barrett, we can know to maybe expect it in the future. Be a little more prepared.
Yep.
We're all in this together now, right?
So, what other type of exploration work besides artifacts?
Of course. There's plenty of planets out there that no one has ever set foot on, and everything we learn about them is valuable. We have a board where we post anything specific we're looking for. A type of alien flora or fauna, or a planet with a specific quality, like if it's primed to have life but doesn't yet.
You seem to know a lot about these artifacts.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, that's flattering, but really, we're making this up as we go.
Pretty much.
Until you arrived, we only had the two, and the vaguest sense that there was something more at work.
Yep.
There's still so much we don't know, and that means a lot of work ahead of us.
Let me know if I can help learn more.
Well, right now, nothing's off the table. Metallurgical analysis, chemical composition. I'm looking at everything.
Good.
One thing I'm really trying to improve is my overall database of xenobiology. Speaking of, if you're going to be out there looking for more artifacts, you're bound to come across some interesting specimens. Anything organic, I'd be happy to take it off your hands.
Okay. Organic stuff. Got it. Wait a minute. How could organic researchers help with learning about the artifacts?
I can't be certain that they will, but more data points are always a good thing.
True.
I don't want to rule out anything that could provide a breakthrough.
True.
And if it sweetens the deal, I can pay. Pretty well, too. Walter's pockets may not be bottomless, but they are pretty deep.
I got some
Anything I
organic
can
stuff
learn
for
from
you.
help. Stay safe, okay?
I gave her all my loot.
I'm listening.
All right, chat. I think we're going to call it right here, because God knows how far this is going to go down the rabbit hole if I talk to her. So we're going to save. Game looked gorgeous. Little learning curve on some of the stuff in that regard. Not entirely sure. Just a few things they missed on. I mean, I know the way they develop these games, they don't know. And most of it was pretty good, but it was like, they hinted at it, but I don't know if they purposely didn't tell you, saying, well, you can't engage the grav drive unless you have enough power, and you got to use the arrow buttons to move the little thingy over. Like, I don't know. That just seemed kind of weird that they didn't make that more obvious a part of it. And the grav drive goes in automatically. kind of weird. I was expecting like hit G or something, but that does other things. So that was of interest. Story seems interesting. Not super fast paced. I did like taking on the pirates. You know, getting my shooter skills going. That was pretty good. The AI was okay. But then again, this might be the beginning. There might be more complex stuff. As far as the whole... I thought it was interesting I could talk my way out of having to fight the pirates. That might be helpful. Because now I don't have to fight them. I don't have to go after them. They're not coming after me. So that might save us some hassle down the line. I mean, clearly I didn't have anything. Though, had they saw the artifact, I don't even know if they'd even say anything about it, to be honest. But it worked out. I don't know if we're going to go back for Barrett or not. Or if he's stuck on that planet. Or what we're going to do. We'll wait and see. So again, thank you for joining me. Give me a follow. I want to get up to 50 followers. I'm up to 10 right now. And of course, I'm going to chop these up, put them up on YouTube and Rumble. Give me a like and subscribe at Gaming with Magus. And we'll see how the upload of this goes to YouTube and Rumble. And go from there. So again, thank you for joining us and stay adventurous.